Hi guys, JT here, and today I'll be bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Payday 2 Ultimate Score Bundle of October 2022. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? I'll go through the main game and then touch on a few DLCs that are worth diving into. If you want to know more about game deals, then feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm also a Humble partner now, so if you click on the link in the description below, you can choose to donate to yours truly when you buy the bundle. So let's get into this. At number 1 we have the base game, Payday 2. An action-packed 4-player co-op shooter that lets you feel a little bit like the Joker in a Dark Knight film, without the betraying of your own allies part. You once again play as the original Payday crew, Dallas, Hoxton, Wolf, and Chains, donning your own clown masks and descending upon Washington DC for some good old crime spree. Your Payday 2 experience is going to largely depend on who your teammates are. There's a single-player game mode, but the AI isn't the greatest, so that's like walking to the 7th circle of hell. Anyway, Payday 2 focuses a lot, and I mean a lot, on teamwork, planning, and coordination. With experienced teammates, you can breeze through a heist so smoothly it feels like the entire heist has been directed by the directors of Ocean's films. With terrible teammates, you'll most certainly have an extremely frustrating heist that makes you just want to reach through your screen to rip your teammates' spinal cords out from their gaping mouths. You start off on the crime net, where you can select different missions to play on the map. Upon selecting the mission, you are matched to other players around the world. Once you get into the heist mission, you get to walk around as an innocent civilian first to scope up the area, taking note of the number of guards, entry and exit points, and also cameras. Locations of safes, guards, and cameras are randomized each heist, so each playthrough will feel very different. Once you've done your homework and the 4 of you high-five each other, it's time to don your masks and prepare for an intense time of coordinating your heist, stealing stuff, and escaping. You can choose how to approach each heist however you like. Will you choose to be stealthy and not be detected at all? Or will you go in loud and guns blazing, killing every guard and police in sight? Depending on how you play, how you subdue the civilian population and deal with the guards, it will determine how hard the police comes down on you. Every decision that you make will determine how smoothly your heists go, from guns and equipment that you choose to take along, through the skills that you have developed. This game requires you to be strategic in your approach. Here's a situation. One of your teammates have triggered the alarm. Police cruisers and helicopters have surrounded you and you have to get out, kill everybody on your way, jump into your van, and drive away. This sequence of events may sound straightforward, but it is very intense as firefighting requires good resource management. These resources are mostly wasted though, as you don't get any points by killing cops. The main mission is to get in, steal what you need, and get out. Let's say that miraculously your team is part of the Oceans team and you have successfully executed the most sophisticated plan and your heist is successful. Only then will you be rewarded with money and experience points that you can spend on weapons, skills, and to level your character. If you fail the heist, however, you will not be rewarded with any cash nor experience points, forcing you to really want the heist to succeed or waste an hour of your life. Your character will have 4 skill trees that you can choose from, and it is recommended that you stick with one particular skill tree as the low tier skills are mostly useless. So that's Payday 2. Now let's get into the top 5 DLC heists based on Steam reviews. At number 2 we have the Point Break Heist DLC, a collaboration between the developers of Payday 2 and the 2015 film Point Break. This DLC features 2 new heists, new guns, melee weapons, masks, patterns, and material. Both heists are great as they provide a fresh look to the base Payday 2 game. The Birth of the Sky heist will see you ejected out of a plane in the air, diving into a city to secure 3 pellets that you've released from the plane. Once secured, you're to make your escape via the sewers via a speedboat. This heist feels a lot like an action film, as it is based on a Point Break film. You'll also have Lockie, who will be there on the heist with you. Interesting sections in this heist is definitely the skydiving, which is the highlight, and then the driving section in the sewers where you make your escape. The second heist is Beneath the Mountain, which will see you infiltrate into an underground base in the mountain, shooting everything that moves, trying to find and locate vaults having riches, break into the vaults, and escape via helicopter. Beneath the Mountain will see you swarmed by enemies from every direction, making it a loud, intense, but fun heist. This DLC also provides you with all the necessary equipment to complete these heists within minutes of jumping into it, allowing for a faster paced game. The 2 new heists are like being in a Hollywood film, full of intense, fast-paced action. This DLC is touted as one of the best in Payday 2, and definitely worth playing. At number 3 we have the Hotline Miami DLC. The Dentist returns with a new job for the gang. This heist will occur across 2 days, tasking you and your crew with sabotage and hit missions to eliminate the District Attorney Commissar, and inch a step closer to freeing a team member, Hoxton, from prison. This heist features 1 new heist, new weapons, new masks, materials, and patterns. If you own Hotline Miami on Steam, you'll get even more goodies. The heist is split across 2 days. Day 1 will see you cooking meth, burning cars, blowing up gas stations, killing Russian mobsters, looting bags of meth, money, and weapons, all while trying to fight off massive waves of cops. The second day isn't actually a heist but a mission to kill the DA. You'll be fighting your way through waves of cops trying to get to the top of the building and then killing DA Commissar. After killing him, you wait for extraction. Even though the heist may sound simple enough, where this DLC shines is how fast-paced it is with little downtime. You'll be met by every enemy in the game in a loud, blasting mission. It plays more like an action game rather than a heist game. The weapons that you get in this game are really fun to use too, with several cool-looking submachine guns and high-damaging weapons like the axe. This DLC is great if you want to host a loud, high-action heist and missions with some good payout and weapons. And number 4 we have the John Wick Heist DLC. The DLC that features contracts based on the movie John Wick. Even though it is based on the movie, it doesn't directly tie into the movies. This DLC features 2 single-day heists. The first heist is Brooklyn 1010. Sharon, who is a chaperone from the John Wick movies, is ambushed during a goods deal and needs John Wick and your gang of thieves to free him. So you head over to Brooklyn and you just manage to free him moments before he meets his demise. This heist can only be accomplished in loud. You need to cover Sharon as he makes his way to you by killing any cops, thugs, and snipers trying to take him out. All the while the SWAT team rains down on you from above. You'll eventually retrieve Sharon, and then you go about collecting some loot before making your way to the escape location. However, the route there will not be easy as you'll be swarmed by endless waves of cops and SWAT teams. There are 2 routes that you can use to escape, each with their own pros and cons. There's not a lot of variation when replaying this heist. Only thing that changes in each heist is the gate that you need to drill a hole into. The second heist is the yacht heist, and this is a stealth only heist as you will not be given enough time to complete the heist if you go loud. Sharon has tipped you off on a politician who has organized a fundraiser aboard a yacht, and this same politician is one that you have helped install but has now stabbed you in the back. So you go about ruining his day by tossing his dirty money off the yacht and stealing his hard drive that houses passwords to his offshore accounts. However, you do not know the location of the money and need to solve various environmental puzzles to get to it. You also need to explore the yacht, turning things on and off to gain access to his locked hard drive. All the while you have to be very quiet and sneaky, which is the challenge in this heist. This heist can be completed within 10 minutes if you know what you're doing, and it is a big switch up from the Brooklyn 1010 heist. This DLC is great if you want some intense firefighting, like a John Wick film interacting with characters from the film. And number 5 we have the Ukrainian Prisoner Heist DLC. After acquiring the Golden Dragon from the Dragon Heist, Vlad, the Ukrainian criminal who holds a powerful position in the criminal underworld, is captured by the Golden Dagger Triad, being held in a Triad-controlled dockyard. The Payday gang has to rescue him. This campaign can be done either in stealth or loud, with stealth being the easiest and fastest way to complete the heist. While loud can pose some challenges, it is also the most fun way to play the heist. This heist will see you breaking into the dockyard and accessing the camera feed to locate and release Vlad. He is heavily injured by the torture inflicted onto him by the Triad. You have to help him to a skid loader where he'll be secretly transported to his speedboat to escape. No matter what way you take, either going stealth or loud, the objectives are the same. But this heist provides enough RNG to make each run unique. There are even some choice-based objectives in the latter half of the heist. At some point you have to choose to either go left or right, and each of them will make a big difference to your heist experience in both stealth and loud. Each route is well balanced and full of fun surprises. Some objectives are also tied to your playstyle, like an objective that requires you to gas a room to clear it out, that is only available in a loud playstyle. However, to get the canister to gas the room, you'll have to drill through a SWAT van to get it, which can be challenging with a turret trying to murder you. This heist is definitely one of the more dynamic ones, as it requires you to do many different things to achieve your objective, with some parts requiring some close quarter combat and high proximity stealthing, while others requiring long range gunfights with hardly any cover. This mix of engagement styles keeps the combat fresh throughout the heist. So if you like a heist that gives you the freedom to approach your objectives and also one that will pose a challenge, then you need to play the Ukrainian Prisoner Heist DLC. And number 6 we have the Scarface Heist DLC. This DLC will take place at the Scarface mansion. Butcher has a gun smuggling ship in the Caribbean area. Wanting to keep the territory to themselves, the Souza cartel attacks and sinks her ship to hopefully drive her out of their turf. However, instead of retreating, she sends the Payday team to exact revenge on the Souza cartel by assassinating Ernesto Souza, the big boss. Getting to Ernesto won't be easy though, as he's now holed up in the Scarface mansion, which he acquired by killing Scarface himself at the end of the film. Again, you can approach this heist in either stealth or loud. Both approaches will pose their own challenges as there are guards and cameras everywhere. Stealth will see you hijacking a laptop and the security system, then slowly picking strategic guards off and then finding out the password to Souza's locked room. Once you gain access to his room by tricking him into opening it, the password, you'll simply kill him, hit a button where a stack of cash and drugs will pop up from the ground. Grab them and leave by either a speedboat or a waiting van. The loud method is way more fun though, as the heist will play out like an action film. You'll still be hacking laptops and security systems, but this time under heavy fire from the guards of the mansion, and you have to clear every guard before moving on to the next area. Because Souza knows that you're in the mansion, you cannot trick him into unlocking the door. in which case you'll go about destroying every valuable in the house, which includes a helicopter fishing his car off the ground and plunging them into the ocean, and one car even plunges through the roof into the mansion. Enraged by you destroying his valuables, Souza will make his entrance by blowing up his own locked door with a rocket launcher. Dispatch him, and now you have to fight your way through waves and waves of guards with your loot in tow towards the boat or waiting van. But wait, there's an even more cinematic way to escape in the loud method. If you go back to where you spawned, the van will bust through the walls of the mansion, allowing you to load up your loot before jumping and getting away, while being shot at by guards. This DLC is very cinematic and action heavy, so if you want to revisit Scarface's mansion while playing through an action film, then this DLC will be for you. Those are the 5 DLCs with heists that are highly rated on Steam and also available in this bundle, and not just discount coupons. If you want to feel what it's like to be a part of a gang of robbers in an action film, then you need not look further than the Payday 2 Ultimate Score bundle. It has amazing value with plenty of multiplayer joy and frustration to experience. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.